Katie with a very hateful thought of the day. I hate packing tape. I've moved many times over many years, and one thing of which I'm certain, packing tape has never suffered from improvement. The only thing packing tape wants to stick to is itself. Oh, sure, it'll give you 24 to 48 hours of false security, but then, much like myself, it gives up and the bottom falls out. I hate packing tape. And you. I hate you too.
Radio entertainment.
I knew you'd come up with something you hated.
I just looked around.
I know, that's all you need to do. And it's not like when I handed you an assignment last night. I actually handed out a homework assignment. I said, you need to come up with a hateful thought. And you're like, I don't know if I can do it.
I was brushing my teeth to go to bed.
I know. And your current bedtime is?
About 8:45.
Yeah, me too. It's sad. Don't you hate the summertime because it's still light when you go to bed?
Well, it's not too bad in the new house, our bedroom, there's like one window.
Okay.
And a skylight. And the skylight, by the time...
Ooh, must be nice.
Well, the skylight, I think, has a lot of leaves on it. So right now it doesn't matter.
So it's not really a light at all. It's just a shelf.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That's what's going on.
Let's introduce ourselves because this is the Mike O'Mara Show, but today this is Cake and Cookies. Was our last Cake and Cookies pre-COVID? It couldn't have been.
No.
It was when the masks were off at work, right? So it was probably like 23, maybe 22?
22.
Okay, so people have been asking me, when is the next Cake and Cookies? Well, it's now. When is the one after that? 2026.
We might be able to work something out.
No, we can absolutely do some stuff. This has been fun. This was
all 5 minutes. It's been great, Rob.
Well, no. All I wanted to do with you was a mic check on Sunday, and that turned into a 30-minute episode. I should have hit record on that. I did more prep on your mic check than I would with someone I'd never met before.
Well, it's always a bit with us.
Yeah, it's true. And so we started Cake and Cookies back in the late 50s. It's got an unfortunate name because Mike named it. What?
Not our fault.
No. Mm-mm. Mike did it. Mike named the show. But we did we do like over 100 episodes?
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah. For a while, we were doing them weekly, and that's WEAKLY. But when Mike, as you know, is on vacation getting elective plastic surgery, and because of that, we are having some fill-ins, and Katie was my first to be chosen. Hey!
Never.
No
offense, Rob, but
none taken. I think that was what led to our divorce.
What?
I don't know. You, the hip-hop mogul down there in Savannah, and me, the disgraced financier up here in Washington, D.C., it just didn't work out. But, no, you were my first choice to co-host with me because it's so easy.
You asked me a couple of months ago, but it's been a crazy year.
It has. We all have had our crazy years. Do you want to get it out of the way so we can focus on fun? You can mention a few things that have happened to you that are rather unfortunate and have kept you out of, well, I'll say the public eye.
Yeah. I mean, I'll start with the thing that has been going the longest, which is why I stepped back and then stepped back more and then stepped out. My father was very, very sick. Cancer is a son of a bitch.
I hate it.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. So cancer is a son of a bitch.
It's not a popular opinion, but I mean, if it's language, there's a lot of people. We actually, our demographics score very high on pro-cancer people. They love it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try to pep up my thoughts on it.
I'm sort of ambivalent about it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you are.
It's never affected me.
Oh, no, never. But he did succumb on May 14th. And that has just, we're still processing. His memorial will be July 5th. If anyone is around at 7 o'clock Eastern time, if you want to
Okay.
raise it.
And this is a national thing?
No, we're just going to do a toast. And
Okay.
if anyone wants to raise a glass on Friday, July 5th, 7 o'clock, and just say, cheers, Katie's dad, Bob Forbes, great man.
Love it. I don't want to get too sentimental, but you know that's how I get. Even though I'm sober, I still do it. Your last moment with him was very special.
Yeah, I can talk about that if you want.
I would, yeah. I mean, briefly. I think it's nice. It's a good thing.
He had been sick for about 6 years. He started out with, and when I say this, it's shocking that it was 6 years. It was pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
He had a Whipple in 2018.
I don't know what that is, besides the guy that squeezes the Charmin.
No. Okay.
It's not him?
It's essentially a very involved surgery that removes pretty much everything that is somewhat unnecessary.
Okay.
And he did all right for a few years, shockingly.
He hung on a while.
Yeah.
But when you were called to his bedside, because you had been doing a lot of traveling.
Yeah, back and forth. That's kind of why I stepped away from things, because I wanted to be ready for. He was in Ohio. I wanted to be ready to help out whenever I could. And my stepsister, my sister Dawn, is an incredible, amazing human being who did really, she and my stepmom, all the heavy lifting. But anytime I could possibly take a phone call and just be there in a second, I was.
Right. Well, that's great.
And so it was interesting. A few months ago, his team of doctors told us, okay, this is probably where they hadn't the entire time given any sort of timeline.
Time frame, yeah.
No. And she did say, I think we've probably got about 1 to 3 months. And I went up and I, was helping out with some stuff, and, we had a couple good days, and then I came back down to Savannah, and which is where I still live, if anyone wondered.
Yeah, Savannah would be better for you.
So I came back down to Savannah thinking, he was doing pretty well, and, maybe that 1 to 3 months was so. It was about 2 weeks, and my sister called me and said, Katie, I think you need to come up. And I was like, okay, this week, what time do you, what are you thinking? She goes, can you get here today?
Oh,
and I was like, I couldn't. I couldn't. It was, there were no flights left. So I couldn't that way. And driving would have still put me there the next day. So I got the first flight out in the morning. My incredible brother-in-law picked me up at the Columbus airport. We drove 2 hours to Marietta, Ohio. I got to my dad's house at about 7:42, not to be specific. And my mom, stepmom, and sister met me at the back door, and they said, "Are you ready?" And I was like, "Probably not."
Yeah, well, you can never prepare for that.
And he was at home.
Hospice care, I'm guessing.
Yes, okay. Amazing things with hospice care. And if anyone is out there who has any questions about it, it's not a death sentence, and palliative care is an incredible thing. So I went back, and I was very shocked at just the absolute physical decline. Of the 2 weeks that I was gone. Sorry.
It's okay.
So I sat with him, and he raised his hand. He couldn't see. He couldn't speak. He raised his hand, put his hand out, and I took his hand, and he squeezed it. He knew I was there.
That's the best. I mean, that's all you can really, at that point, that's the most you can ask for.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing. It's awesome. I'm so glad you were able to make it there.
They gave me some time with him. I read a little from his favorite book. I sang to him a little bit. I talked to him. Before he had his Whipple in 2018, he and I went to his favorite spot by the river. Marietta is at the confluence of the Muskingum and Ohio River. So we went to his favorite
Everyone
spot.
knows that.
Shush.
Okay.
And I kept a rock from that day.
Oh,
And
that's sweet.
I've carried it in my purse ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And I put the rock on the table and I told him, Daddy, Dan is going to take care of me.
Oh. And he will. He will.
And
Okay.
he passed about 90 minutes after I got there.
Take a breath.
I thought I was okay.
Yeah, I know. You know what? It sneaks up on you. I remember when the doctor once gave me 3 months to live, and I said I couldn't pay my bill, and he gave me 3 more months. It was he was a good guy like that. And also, let's not go into details, but people should know that dogs are a big part of our show.
Oof.
And you lost Judd too. So
Yeah.
I'm so sorry with the run you've had. But as I told you, not just because I needed you, I said today would be good for you. And here it is. What is it? 11 minutes into the show and already you're crying. See? Isn't
I'm
it great?
okay. I just
I
had
know.
two little squeaker tears. It's okay.
Squeaker
good.
Tears. That's
They
my
just-
favorite 80s band. Squeaker
They just want to
Tears.
squeak out.
I understand. My
Squeaker
eyes are
tears for
leaking.
fears.
Yeah.
Squeaker tears for fears.
I can't cry anymore because I'm heavily medicated, but I still get the feelings.
Lexapro lady right here.
I'm-
Lexapro lady.
Now that was a song. That was a song by Helen Reddy, wasn't it?
Mhm.
It was the flip side of what was it?
I am woman.
That's the one. That's the one. Anyhow, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad we're doing this. Someone in the chat room just said I have this effect on a lot of women.
You do. Oh
Not
my
true.
god.
And
It's
also,
shocking.
one, Carrie cries all the time. We spend a fortune on Kleenex. I won't even go further, but I will say this. In the chat room, Katie's father is named Bob Forbes, not Bob Ford. Bob
Oh.
Ford is another guy. So you want to raise a glass to Bob Forbes, Forbes, like the financial guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, is it a guy or is it a thing, Forbes, the magazine? It has to originally have been a guy, right?
Steve Forbes, I believe. Steve
No,
Forbes?
that can't be. He's young, too young. Isn't he?
No.
I don't know. You know what? It doesn't matter because I don't have any money. And frankly, neither do
can't-
you.
yeah. Nope.
Yeah. Okay, so, but you've been doing, thank you, Lando, for Forbes with 1B. So you have been doing a lot of traveling, though, for pleasure.
No.
You did the trip with Dan.
Yeah. We in the
Keep
past,
in mind, when I say recently, I'm bringing in like 3 years because we
Yeah.
haven't done this in a while.
No, we've been on. Dan and I went on a trip
Yeah.
in the past 3 years. We tried to go to Mexico.
And what, they didn't let you in?
No.
Do they have a wall too?
The night before we were leaving,
Yeah.
I looked at Dan and said, "Do you know where your passport is?"
Wait, I have a guess.
Mhm.
He did not know where his passport was.
You would be correct.
Thank you. I kind of assumed, don't we have a Mexican deal? Like we have a Canadian deal where you can get in with a driver's license?
Nope.
That sucks. Come on, Mexico, help us out.
So so we never went to Mexico, but our last anniversary,
But I kind of like the music.
we went to St. John.
Okay, that's a church in McLean, Virginia, Catholic church. I'm glad you've switched
St. John the Baptist.
it's it's an octagonal church, and they always say they don't cut corners. It's a great church.
It rained.
So St. John is the Bahamas, right?
Virgin Islands, yeah. U.S. of course.
Same thing.
Yeah. No passport required.
That's right. That's a driver's license island. Could you have gotten in with a social security card?
Who knows?
I think you can get in with a business card.
I think it has to have a picture,
I have a picture on my business card. It'd
but
be
not on
perfect.
you.
I do. I have one here. Hold on. Look.
You still have to get through TSA.
Look. See, there's my face.
That's what you
Face.
chose.
This is a long time ago.
Is
Listen,
it?
I don't do a lot of business, so I don't really need a business card.
Okay.
This is a good one. It says that I'm a part of America's most beloved podcast.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
that'll get me into the Virgin Islands. Also, because it was named for me. This was some years ago.
I hope it was pre-kids.
Yeah, me too. I got to go
Otherwise-
crunch the numbers on that. Take after my dad. So, how is the American Virgin Islands?
It was great. It rained every single day, so
That's lucky.
yeah, but it's funny. Like as a lady,
Yeah, which you are.
I packed a. I packed some lovely outfits and wound up wearing the same dress every day because every time we left the place, it was not a sundress, it was a rain dress.
A rain dress. Was it made? Tell me it was made of rubber.
No, it was made of I'm not going to wear clean clothes if I'm just going to be rained on.
Well, let's save your reputation a little bit. The clothes you wore were not clean. They were just pre-worn. It's not like you were running around like a street urchin, were you? Did people offer you money?
No,
No.
they don't usually do that.
So show is young. I might.
Unless they leave it on the nightstand before they go.
Now you see that's.
Oh no.
Hey, you know what? Here's something for Cake and Cookies listeners that would want to know. Are you and Dan still sleeping apart?
No. No.
Okay.
My face is better.
Okay, good. It is. I see it.
Thank you. But there was something interesting that we found in St. John that I was shocked.
Shocked you were.
Shocked I was.
What was it?
There was one day we were at the pool and it was raining,
Yeah.
as it does. So we're just sitting at the pool watching the rain, and
Yeah.
it was still nice. We weren't home, so the next thing we know,
You go to the pool to get wet. You might as well. They're bringing the pool to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we hear this noise. It was a honk. I don't know how else to describe
honk?
it. A honk.
Do I have
like
my
a-
horn?
Honk. I do.
My horn is in for maintenance at the shop, so I don't have it.
You are the shop.
Well, that's true, but it's in the other office. But we are going to be at the Dulles Expo Center this weekend.
Fixing.
I'm going to have my horn, my horn kiosk open, where we sell classic horns and also brand new horns, and we repair. So if you want, we're at kiosk number 324 at the Dulles Expo Center. Make sure you come on out and say hi. And remember, if you say Rainy Virgin Islands, 10% off every horn thing. Yeah, but thank you for bringing your horn.
They were peacocks. Peacocks honk like geese.
I bet, you know what?
Did you know that?
I did not, but I don't like geese, and I bet peacocks are dicks.
Yes.
It's like, oh, look at me. I'm so pretty. I'm a peacock. Hong, 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 hong. Did you have any encounters with them?
Yes, that's how it.
I mean, but like one-on-one.
I mean, they were honking at us, so we
Well, you should have gotten out of the left lane.
right.
Oh, here I have the sound of a peacock. I actually do, believe it or not. See?
That's okay.
That's NBC, proud as a peacock.
So peacocks honk, and it gave me so much joy, even though they were a little bit like intimidating.
They were dicks.
Yeah. But it led me to realize I love things that like squawk or honk, because also on St. John they're famous for donkeys. I love donks, donkeys, mini donkeys, donkeys.
Is this because of the sports junkies donkey?
No.
No. Now, why? I understand people liking horses.
Oh my gosh! No! Look! This
What?
is my St. John cup. It's a donkey.
I understand, but why donkeys? I mean, they're famous for donkeys, and that's great. Savannah's famous for good food. Why don't you appreciate good food instead of
do.
donkeys? Okay, all right. But what drew you? Did you have any donk experience when you were like a little broadcaster, a baby
No.
Katie? No,
None. Like zero. But
what about Eeyore?
Oh. Oh my God. My first car was like Eeyore Blue, and I named it Eeyore. I do have a love for Eeyore.
I'm so glad you came to therapy today.
Oh my God. It all comes together now.
Did your this car, and did you call it Eeyore?
Yeah.
Did you ever pin a tail on it?
No.
Okay. Well, you can still do that if you want. But I was going to use this in the
I
flip
no
side.
longer have that car. That's about 30 years ago.
You see, you get tired of stuff and sell it all the time. Boo! I don't like this car. Sell it. I have a donkey story for you.
What?
I do. It was going to go on the flip side, but we can do it here. This is a story with a happy ending because the donkey had escaped. But
this is like a real story?
like a real news story. Let's go to the videotape.
Burn family was heartbroken when their pet donkey disappeared 5 years ago. CBS 13 first told you about Diesel when he went missing
Diesel
in
the donkey.
2019, and then volunteers searched for weeks but never found him.
Never found
Well,
Diesel.
tonight we're learning about a new video that surfaced with a clue
And this
as
is
to where
in
he's been all
Sacramento,
this time.
of course.
These are just the gentlest giants.
Terry Drury and her husband Dave lost their pet donkey named Diesel when he ran off 5 years ago.
It was like, you lost part of your family.
They
Not
live
really.
on a ranch near Auburn with other animals. But Dave had taken Diesel on a hiking trip along the Cache Creek Wilderness near Clear Lake. And they
Sure.
were on a trail when something scared Diesel.
We think maybe a mountain lion might have spooked him. We're not sure.
Yeah, mountain
You
lion
just
will
never
spook
know.
a
He just
donkey.
got away.
They kept going back for weeks, but they could never find him. A trail camera spotted a glimpse of him at night
is.
about a month
There's
later,
infrared
and
Diesel.
they found some
Right.
footprints. But over the years, the family feared the worst, not knowing if Diesel could survive on his own.
We finally kind of gave up.
This poor
We just no
lady.
signs of him.
Now, 5 years
But
later, a
wait.
social media post is offering some answers.
About these elk.
They're elk.
There's a donkey with them.
A man hiking in the wilderness captured this video of a single donkey living alongside a herd of elk.
So they found him living among the elk, and they're going to let him live with the elk because they know he's happy there.
He's like, these are my people.
Diesel, my people.
He
Now,
identifies as elk.
I don't know. He didn't send me his pronouns. Did you? Now, do you like
Either
other?
a Jenny? Wait, hold on. Donkeys are Jennies or what are the boy donkeys?
I don't know. Cakes? I don't know. EB?
Isn't it a mule?
No.
I think a mule
Or
is
is
a
that a
different
myth?
thing. Hi,
A
Josh.
mule?
How are you from New Jersey?
Doing well.
Good. I love that before the show, Josh just said he was going to stay out of the way today.
Yeah, that seemed smart.
Yeah, while we just run our mouths. Are you okay with other braying animals? What about a burro?
It's a jack.
Like a jackass?
Yes. So,
Yes.
of course. Male donkeys are jacks and girl donkeys are Jennies.
Okay, mules are half donkey, half horse,
Yes.
and all lovely.
Stubborn.
Oh, stubborn as a mule. Now, what about a burro? Would you ever ride a burro into the Grand Canyon like the Brady Bunch did? Is that still a thing?
The Brady Bunch? No, that's been off for years.
No. I mean riding the donkey, the burro, down into the Grand Canyon.
How would I know?
Well, I mean, you travel. You went to Virgin Islands. I've not been.
I've never been to the Grand Canyon, so I cannot speak to riding a burro. But if I did,
Would you? It sounds like a Rick Dees setup. If you could ride into the Grand Canyon, would you?
yes.
Okay,
I
that's
like
good. I went to the Grand Canyon. I fell in and got stuck. This is before I lost the weight.
Before you lost the weight. Yeah.
So you came back from the so scale of 1 to 10, 10 being perfect, 1 being a disaster. How do you rate the trip to the Virgin Islands?
10.
Okay. Did you drink fruity drinks?
Yes, painkillers.
Is that the name of them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I thought maybe you were doing like a Matthew Perry thing. I didn't know.
Oh, good God.
I know, too soon.
I'm still
Too
with
soon.
us. I'm still with us. No,
I'll be the judge of that.
I can't remember. It's a bunch of things I don't really like, but
Is it blue?
together, it's no. They're sort of like a slushy hint of a citrus, some coconut, and nutmeg.
The nutmeg is a curveball.
It
Listen,
works.
I used to drink, and I wouldn't do that.
It works.
I mostly like to drink blue drinks.
Fanta?
No,
Oh, no,
but
that'd be
Fanta makes a blue drink, yeah. But Fanta does, a berry drink. They do a blue one. And then there's, of course, there's the famous blue motorcycle at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern that nearly killed me once. And maybe twice.
Well.
That's, you know what? That's Eric Zoolander.
Yeah.
It was this. The arsenic was the only thing keeping him alive.
But it is interesting that I do seem to really love things that honk, because also if you pull into play,
The Eeyore car.
well, at beagles,
They do, yeah.
I love beagle, cows.
Geese. Well, cows don't honk.
I mean, but they
Yeah, but that's not a honk. A honk is sharper than that.
it's still a squawk.
No, they moo. You know what they do? They keen and I think a cow brays.
So does
Moo. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would call what a cow does.
Siamese elephants.
Snort.
Ring.
That's way inside baseball.
Well, no.
And the
that's-
last time we were yelled at together at Podville Media.
oh my God, I forgot about that. We got in so much trouble.
Yeah, we were. You know what? We were bad lads, but we're better now.
We're better.
Oh, you know what? Trip is right. Trip after a cow lows.
Oh, yeah.
Because
The
we hear
cattle-
about it. Yeah, the cattle were lowing. Is that Little Drummer Boy?
I think it's away in a manger.
Away in a million cattle. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the Drummer Boy song. I like Christmas music, mind you.
No,
Almost
wait.
all of it.
The Drummer Boy song with David Bowie, or the just
Well,
across
that's
the board?
the Drummer Boy song with David Bowie is so much more than the Drummer Boy song, because then you get the very awkward intro with Bing Crosby that makes it all worthwhile. He said, I listen to a lot of music, a lot of it really fine, but the Drummer Boy song is flawed. So I'll go with the Harry Simeon Corell version. That's the classic, the charting single, if you will.
Not
Have
your
you-
favorite.
Not my favorite, because I've had kids too.
No.
Yes. One is called Robert, and then there's another one. And you have been
Jelly
around
Bean.
kids. Julia Jellybean. If I had a baby that was like 3 or 4 days old, it's okay that the wise men came and brought gold and frankincense and everything. Because
Myrrh.
that's really, that's really for the parents. The gold and the frankincense, and the kids hate myrrh.
Oh, okay. I don't have kids, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but if you saw like your niece, she'd hate myrrh. You
Oh.
can't really play with it. I mean, myrrh is a lousy kid's gift. But then who shows up with this snot-nosed kid with his drum? This is a 3-year-old infant. They finally get him to sleep.
3-day-old infant.
What did I say?
3-year.
No, that's not an infant. At 3 years, that's when you start liking myrrh.
And I don't even have kids, and I know.
I know. You know what? I'm not the man I use. This is why we need to do this more often.
Okay.
But you got this 3-day-old infant that's laying down, finally get him to sleep, and Mary's like, Jesus Christ, and Joseph says, "Yep, that's him," and so
My God, with the drumming.
yeah, and then the drumming, and you know what? It's a snare drum, and it sucks, and the baby is up, and they say the baby doesn't smile. You know, I think that our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ had probably a little temper, especially as a kid. He doesn't want to hear that drum. So the little drummer boy, he is right out. Forget it.
Okay.
So we started this segment, how we started it, and we ended it talking about Christmas music. That's pretty
Packing
typical.
tape to music.
You don't like packing tape? You know what? The next hateful thought, if it's possible, I don't want to tell you what.
No requests.
I don't want to push you around, but you know it'd be a good hateful thought.
Drummer boy.
Myrrh.
Oh. I don't even know what myrrh is.
I don't either. She still listens, though. Oh, that's Merle.
That's Merle. Hi, Merle.
Hi, Merle. Gold, frankincense, and Merle. It's a new comedy special on Netflix. Make sure you check it out. All right, because of the way things are going now, don't talk when the music is playing. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to attempt to do news. But I bet we get sidetracked. This happens. So, yeah, it's the Mike O'Mara Show, and we'll be right back after this. Besame mucho. Hello, friends. Listen up. We are continuing to maximize your bonus show experience because earlier access means more fun, and fun is quite simply the best thing to have. Now, the bonus show is available on a monthly basis. This is great because every month you got those 4 episodes, sometimes 5, waiting for you, ready to go. But let's say you just want to pick it out piecemeal. Maybe you want to dip your toe in it. We can offer the bonus show now as an a la carte single-serving basis. So that's nice. All you got to do is go to MikeO'MaraShow.com. It's all there, baby. Plus, and this is cool, the commercial-free subscription. Katie, have you heard? Have you subscribed yet to the commercial-free subscription?
Rob, I haven't listened to a podcast in 18 months.
That's our number one spokesman right there. But if you did subscribe to the commercial free, you wouldn't be hearing this right now. And that's kind of like a time machine. I wouldn't be heard by you because we would have lanced it out. Maybe you hate commercials. Anyway, what it does, and this is the image I'm trying to promote. It purifies your TMOS experience.
Ah.
And you want it to be pure, don't you?
Like your water.
Yeah, precisely. It don't cost nothing. If you have troubles, just contact Josh or email support@MikeO'MaraShow.com. And for more details, you can click the tab at MikeO'MaraShow.com or call Dan Von Herman during regular business hours. He is firm but fair. I have found this to be true. You don't think this?
The fairness part is no, lest we forget he once ate a pound of bacon and didn't offer me a piece.
How is he other than that?
Fair. That's 7 years ago, and I'm still mad.
Yeah, I was going to say it's been a while. Before we hit the news sounder, how is Dan? Is he well?
Yeah, he's doing great. Oh, well, he threw out his back, but
well, he does that all the time. What about his passport? Does he have it?
No.
No, still no. News. Now, this came up a little earlier. Did you know a lot of people thought this case had been put to bed? Multiple people may be charged in connection to Matthew Perry's death. Now, I thought it was going to be a one where it was sort of written off as an accident, but apparently law enforcement officers are leaking the fact that when they wind up the investigation, which is still going on, they may actually have people to cite as being at fault. He died at 54 from the effects of ketamine. Ketamine? Is it ketamine?
It's ketamine, but ketamine is used in treatment of pain and
he was using it, I think, to offset other substances that he'd used in the past. But he also said he was using a lot of it, even, and this is what's so sad. He said he didn't like it. He talked all about it in his book. It said it made him feel like he was constantly giving a massive exhalation of air. It just made him feel not himself. So we have to see what happens. But I mean, the whole story is so. What's that? Go ahead.
Isn't ketamine? Isn't that like what they like? Special K or like on the dark? Like
I don't know. I'm not using as many drugs anymore.
I mean, I don't know.
He said it felt like a giant exhale and made him feel like he was dying. But he did abuse it. He wrote it, and for a while, because it was enough that he wrote about it in his book, which came out when he was still alive. I'm no great fan of the show Friends. I've explained this on the show before, but I think he is sort of a notch above comedically. I really loved the stuff he did.
His delivery.
It's so tragic. And it only lasted 2 seasons. The reboot of The Odd Couple, where he played Oscar, was very good, although there were times that he looked affected on that sitcom, which was scary. And also, I think the saddest thing is that he says, Matthew Perry said in his book, he could watch any rerun of Friends and know what drug he was on based on his weight.
Yeah, I do remember. I saw an interview with him and saying that he was like, when I was thin, it was cocaine. When I was heavy, it was alcohol, or not. It was pills. When I was heavy, it was alcohol, and but he said he didn't have like a full recollection of any of it.
I know. It's just, I hope, I'm not out to like kick someone while they're down, but if someone was responsible for making his death happen, I think a punishment should be in place, because I think and maybe it's just me. I think it's tragic. And when someone has a problem, if you're targeted, by a dealer or something, that's heinous stuff right there. He was allegedly clean for like 9 months leading up to the death.
Oh,
so I don't know what happened. We'll have to follow that. When asked, what is Katie really like? I said, well, mostly she's like Jennifer Lopez.
oh, rude.
I know it's not true. It's a bad time. It's a joke. It was just a little, bad time to be J-Lo, but a good reason for me to go to Target. About her tour that was really scaled back, many dates canceled. They said they did not say it was because of ticket sales, except it was for ticket sales.
It was ridiculous.
So she did this thing that a lot of artists are doing now. They release an album, and I guess now people don't even buy CDs anymore. They stream it, or you go to don't laugh at me. Please don't laugh.
Sorry. Are you so sad it's not on cassette?
I hated that format. Always hated cassettes. But I still...
But I love an 8-track.
I have 8-tracks.
I know.
You're a pain. You are absolutely a pain.
Let's do this again.
Okay. Anyway, what they'll do is they'll release their streaming service version, and you can go get that on, what is it? Spotify is a big one. Right?
iTunes, yes.
Yeah. You don't have to go to Variety Records anymore.
You mean Tower.
Sam Goody, all of them. Kemp Mill, that's a big one for the DC area. Anyway, what they'll do is they'll release their streaming virtual audio, and then Target will partner up with them and release an LP.
Wait, you mean Target the store?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like a targeted audience.
No. Apparently there's none of that. But they will release an LP oftentimes in like a swirly, neat color or something like that. And they release them at a reasonable price. $25.99 is what they released. Well, albums are about...
J-Lo?
Well, here's the deal. That's about the price for an album nowadays. $25. Well, Target is now selling it for $7.79.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, they are, honestly, they can't get them off the shelf.
Do you have one?
I will have one. I'm not going to turn down a record for $7. I bought a couple fine records at my Target outlet.
I mean, yes, fine records, I'm sure, but you really think that's going to be great?
No, but I mean, for $7, how can you go wrong? It'll be a collector's item someday.
Like Beanie Babies?
Let's move on.
Okay.
Jerk. If you were on a game show, how do you think you'd handle it?
Like Cindy Brady.
What does that mean? She wasn't on like a game show.
When the red light came on and she froze.
But it wasn't. Was that a game show or like a talent show?
This
show is extraordinarily Brady heavy today.
Oops.
Yeah, that's all right.
I don't know. I don't think I'd do well.
Would you drink?
On TV?
Well, like beforehand, would you pregame?
Not to be insensitive, but no, Rob, I'm not an alcoholic.
Boy, you just can't help it, can you?
I wouldn't drink before.
What if you were in the audience for The Price is Right? And I'm making a point here. And you had lunch beforehand. It's on the farmer's market. Maybe have a beer?
I'd probably at lunch before The Price is Right. I'd probably have a mimosa.
Katie's new book, At Lunch Before the Price is Right, now available on all streaming services. Well, Drew Carey, who is not Bob Barker, but he has been hosting Price for a long time. That's what people in the know call it.
Price?
Yeah. And he says it's really common that when people come up, he can tell they've had a gummy or he can smell alcohol on
you
their
didn't
breath.
ask me, you did not ask me about gummies.
You're right. I didn't. But here's the thing. There is a very great comedy organization. You've probably heard of course, you know, the in Chicago, the Second City, right?
Yeah.
So many great comics come from that. There's another one based in LA that is
The
a little
Groundlings.
Groundlings is another one, but the Upright Citizens Brigade in Los Angeles. It was founded, I think, by Amy Poehler and Matt Besser, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, a member of the Upright Citizens Brigade got into Price, got his name tag, and got called up on stage, and no one was aware at the time that he was on mushrooms.
Oh, golly, that's a lot of psychedelic scenery.
Yeah, I mean, lots of bright colors. Old people love bright colors, and that's where the Price is right.
The wheel spinning. Oh,
well, here's what's the best thing is he played Plinko, which is really not what you want to play when you're tripping. Anyway, Drew asked him about it after the fact because he was suspicious when he asked the guy what he does for a living, and he said he was a skateboarding rabbi.
What?
That's what he said, and so he asked him after that. No word on how he did at Plinko. Oh, you know what? I know we've talked a little bit of death on today's show. I do have to mention this, though, and I wish Mike was here for this because he worked with the guy. There's a legendary disc jockey, Tom Kent. I used to know him as TK Tom Kent. He syndicated himself as Truckin' Tom Kent, but he was a most excellent DJ at the time I started to really listen to music radio. He passed away due to cancer. He did evenings on WAVA, and I have a small example of his work because all those music jocks when I was growing up meant a lot to me. It's why I got into radio in the first place, music before talk. And my favorite part about this is when TK does a quick stop down, you can hear the amount of reverb that they ran on, actually, yeah, it is reverb that they ran on WAVA, Power 105, at this point, All Hit 105. When I was listening, it was amazing.
All Hit 105, WAVA, presenting Beltway Busters. Disgusting, ridiculous things to do while driving home on the Beltway. Right now, I want you to pound your fist on the dashboard and beat with the music. Go ahead, don't be shy, go ahead. Harder, harder, go ahead, harder. Oh, no. I think you hit it too hard. Tell you what, hit it one more time, please. I'm getting nervous now. Hit it one more time, right up there. Go ahead. Oh, yeah. WAVA.
Hi, TK. I was wondering if you could play some party music from Prince. We're having a big party in Georgetown.
Where's the party at?
It's in Georgetown.
Come on, tell me. We want to get everybody over there.
We already got a lot of people here.
Oh, yeah? Let me hear them.
We want to hear I Would Die For You.
And who would you die for?
TK, WAVA!
All Hit 105, WAVA, TK with another half-hour power play. Next, I Would Die For You, but wouldn't you know it, I'm all out of razor blades. Oh, no, here comes Slash now. All Hit 105, WAVA. So what do you got planned for the weekend?
We're just gonna party.
Oh, like, well, I think I'll come join you. I have to brush up on my Valley first. That's it for me.
That's it.
Flash Phillips is next.
Great DJ. And it's always sad when we lose one because really, as you make the checkerboard of what led me to be here, he's part of it. So safe home, Tom Kent. Night guy. God, he worked at a lot of stations and syndicated before syndicating a radio show was really what single people did. So he was awesome. Anyway, thank you for indulging me.
Oh no, absolutely. And I know a couple of DJs.
Yeah, DEEJAYs
that we worked with who loved some reverb.
Oh yeah, so true.
So
but
true.
could you believe it when they stopped down? Really, how much was on that?
That's
crazy.
I mean, that's about as much as you can get.
Yeah, without getting lost in the repeat. Here's something that nobody cares about. The WAVA reverb chamber was from WPGC in the 1960s.
Hello.
That's Julia. I meant to do that. No, I meant to do this. Too many buttons today.
So many buttons.
Hallmark movies.
Uh-huh.
What? Well, are you pro or against? Wow, I didn't think this would be this hard of a question.
I'm gonna go against.
Okay, I think that's good because they're very repetitive. Most of them seem to have Lacey Chabert in them, and it's usually a hard-working person from the city, a lady, goes to some backwards country town, and she ends up saving a lumberyard or something, right?
And there's a hot carpenter.
Yeah. So,
And not just Lacey Chabert. Who's the Oh no, there's two other ladies. Kelly Martin.
yeah, she does them a lot.
And then the blonde lady that
Is her name Merle?
no.
Okay,
She
stop.
was- no,
It's
she
not
was on-
important.
She was on Days of Our Lives, and then she hosted The Biggest Loser. Allison.
Oh, I know who you mean. I know who
Not
you mean.
Janney, not
I'm
to
not
be-
Allison Janney, but
Don't you
it's
dare disparage The West Wing.
all right. Let me see if I can get the show started. The Hallmark Christmas movie, Run, Run, Run. Hallmark is making a new Christmas movie, and the topicality is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
Now, I've been sucked in Allison Sweeney. I've been sucked in by the Graceland. They've made 2 Graceland-based Christmas movies, and I've watched them both.
How were they?
They were Graceland-based Hallmark Christmas movies. But to be a completist, I had to watch it. But here's the deal. It's called Holiday Touchdown.
Oh, God.
Filming will start next month in Kansas City, which is also the home of Hallmark, huh? It's great. It'll be filmed at Arrowhead Stadium, which is the first time an NFL venue has been used in a Hallmark movie.
Oh, shocking.
I know. Don't you remember? Well, I thought there was one movie. It was called Christmas Smells Like Urine, and it was at RFK Stadium.
Oh.
But it was no longer hosting the football games there. So here's the plot. Are you ready for the plot?
No.
I'm going to talk slowly because it's very complicated. It's very complicated, as Bob Barker would say. It's very complicated. The movie follows a female Chiefs fan, whose family are finalists to win the fans' Team of the Year contest. She starts to fall for the guy who's in charge of the contest. But now that's Act 1 and Act 2, right? At the end of Act 2, and this will probably have to do with the finish of the film, her grandpa's vintage Chiefs good luck winter hat goes missing.
Oh, no, not Grandpa's hat.
And she begins to doubt everything she believed about fate. Unless, quote, a little Christmas magic can throw a Hail Mary.
Wow.
It's apparently not about Taylor and Kelsey. It's just Grandpa's hat. I think they're missing the point there.
You know what?
Well said. I agree.
Gross.
Finally, and Josh, I might like your comment on this. Your governor, DeSantis in Florida, he is, I believe, still in contention to be the vice president under Trump when he runs. So he's watching everything he does. And that's why he's on top of this really important, pressing legislation in Florida. DeSantis signs a bill banning the intentional release of balloons. It's true.
But why? Did they say why?
Yes, because they get into the water and things eat them, and
No, it's an environmental thing.
Yeah, sea
But
turtles, jellyfish, and all that stuff.
Does Disney World fall under line with this? Is it to rein them in?
You know what? At Disney, no one's going to release a balloon. They all cost $40 each. They're going to hold on to them at night. But
no, they do like balloon arches and balloon hats.
yeah, but those aren't released balloons. Those are not helium balloons. Those are heli-yuck balloons.
Does it say what the penalty is?
Yes, $150 for littering. And
Okay.
this is nice. Floridians under the age of 6 are exempt from the law.
Okay.
But I don't know, Josh. Most Floridians are excited about this, to have the governor finally doing something about inflation.
Oh God, Rob.
I had to say it because it's the thing. Hold on. Where's my music? I have a lot of buttons today, Katie, so please be patient. No. We can even edit this if you want. You see, the inflation joke had to do with balloons. You have to blow them up. Thank you. We're going to take a break. Kind of rinse the end of this segment off of off of my supple hands. When we come back, so much to talk about, but perhaps a social engagement to visit. Wink, wink. We'll be right back. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. Summertime is hot time, sweaty time, humid time, flooded car time, thirsty time, rehydration time, cake and cookies time. Hot weather requires extraordinary hydration, and Liquid IV hydrates you with the benefits of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients. With 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink in a single stick, it's clear why Liquid IV is the #1 powdered hydration brand in America. The secret, Katie, is Liquid IV's LIV Hydroscience. The science-backed formula clinically tested nutrients to turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. It's zero sugar hydration solution with no artificial sweeteners, clinically tested to hydrate more than water alone, and they got this one that tastes like white peach, and I love it. So tear, pour, live more. 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. So turn your ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with Liquid IV and get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code TMOS at Liquid IV. So, question. How do you think it's going?
I think if Mike hears this, we're never allowed to speak again.
Oh, he's going to hate this.
I know.
I know, yeah. Well, he put us together in the first place, so that's fine.
That's true.
It's his fault, really. So I'm just curious if you would like, I don't know, to go to a party?
Always.
All right, open that door, folks. Open the door. God damn it. Now that we're at the party, people that are not familiar with Cake and Cookies should know this was a running bit on our show that was literally, and I kid you not, inspired by a fever dream. I woke up with a fever in excess of 102, and I was whacked out on NyQuil. And I thought that we should do this. And Katie said no, but we did it anyway. This is our salute to the party on Laugh-In. And did I over-explain it enough?
Yes.
Okay. I no longer have the fever. Hey, my friend went swimming in the river in Paris. I said, are you insane?
Did you hear about the circus fire? It was intense.
Did you hear about the guy who invented lifesavers? He made a mint.
So I told Dan he should embrace his mistakes, and he gave me a hug.
Ouch. I went to buy some camouflage pants, but I couldn't find them.
I used to have a job at a calendar factory, but I got fired because I took a couple days off.
Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, but no atmosphere.
Math books are so depressing. They have way too many problems.
Yeah. You know, Katie, I was going to tell you a joke about time travel, but you didn't like it.
Mm-mm.
Huh?
I used to be a baker, but I couldn't make enough dough.
Dough! All right, so 2 sheep walk into a
Oh, so I discovered Forrest Gump's password. 1 Forrest 1.
Oh, you got to do it like in the movie or it doesn't sell.
1 Forrest 1!
Do you know what state is known for small soft drinks? Minnesota.
I learned how to stop a bull from charging.
Oh.
Cancel its credit card.
I haven't spoken to Carrie in 4 months. I just thought it would be rude to interrupt her.
Did you know that a blue ship and a red ship collided at sea?
No.
Their crews were marooned.
So here's the difference between the bird flu and the swine flu. One requires treatment, and the other you need ointment.
So I saw a beehive without an exit.
Yeah?
It was unbelievable.
I just heard about a claustrophobic astronaut.
Ooh.
He just wanted a little more space.
Why do peppers make good archers?
Do you want to take that again?
Yes, I do.
Okay. It's going so well.
I know. Why do peppers make good
Hold it. We can do this. Hold on.
Why do peppers make good archers? Shit. Why do peppers make such good archers?
Why?
Because they have an arrow.
Worth the wait. And finally, I really don't know all the great things about Switzerland, but the flag is a big plus. We have some questions we're going to answer, but first I got to give you a hot summertime tip. I remember that there was a time on the show, the Cake and Cookies program, where I admitted that I was eating some licorice hat country guy's barbecue pizza from Pizza Hut, and it was you might as well have hung a sign on my neck that said "white trash." You were merciless about it. Well, no, okay, Whiskey Tango.
Thank you.
But you were giving me a tremendous hard time about the fact that I was really, really eating a lot of barbecue pizza, which is one of the few ways you can take a healthy food like pizza and make it even worse. Well, when I was we are not the same age, right?
No.
You're much younger.
I'm not much younger, but I'm
How much younger?
like 6'5", 6, I don't know.
Oh, that's
I honestly have no
I know
idea.
it's not appropriate to It's not appropriate to ask a young lady her age, but
Oh,
I will ask, what year was you born?
78.
Okay, so there's 7 years behind us. Are you allowed to vote yet?
No.
Oh,
But that's
good.
for different reasons.
Yeah. Oh, I understand, Mrs. Liddy. So when I was in 6th grade, so that would have mean you were in kindergarten. This probably affects you too. A great product debuted on the American market. It was called Capri Sun.
Oh,
And it was a fruit punch, but the gimmick was it came in a pouch, like so many people do.
with a little straw.
Yes, but I remember in 6th grade, we were doing a reading room thing, and there was like maybe 8 of us in a room, and we were provided with snacks. And I was given a Capri Sun, new on the market, and didn't realize that if you put the straw in, but you were holding it tightly, you don't want to lose your pouch. No, it was a beautiful arc, a lovely arc, like a rainbow of fruit flavor. You should copyright that. Across the reading room onto our teacher. And of course, I was accused of doing it on purpose. Scott Shannon quote. Great Scott Shannon quote of the past. I did it on purpose.
I can't imagine that you weren't some sort of a troublemaker.
I spoke my mind a lot.
Oh,
But
not
I was not the type to perform a beautiful arcing liquid stunt of Capri Sun, but I was still punished for it. So I've always, even with my kids now, I always sort of shy away from the pouch of punch.
Okay.
But bless their hearts, Costco has come up with something great. Now, I want you to know that what I'm about to show you comes in a 2-pack.
Prop comic.
Not a prop comic. Not.
Prop comic.
Shut up you and shut up Dan. I'm not a prop comic. Just because I took pictures with cards in my eyes.
Okay.
It's not a prop thing.
Let's
prop
see what
comic.
you got.
Remember, this comes in a 2-pack. I only have one. Capri Sun in a jug.
Oh. I bet it doesn't taste good.
It tastes great. 96 fluid ounces, or if you buy both packs, 192 fluid ounces of fruit punch with no artificial dyes.
How many grams of sugar?
You see, this is where you're going to be shocked.
In what way?
Because a serving only has 50 calories.
Okay, but how many grams of sugar?
Well, you know, I've got to put on my readers for that. Didn't prepare for this. But it's great.
Oh, because the 50s, like the large letters or the large numbers. That's why you can read.
See? There's the 50.
I can read that too.
Yeah, you
I
can
can't
see
read
it
anything
in
else.
Savannah. It's only got 10 grams of sugar, including 7 grams of added sugar. So if I drink 8 ounces of it, it's 14% of my daily recommended sugar intake. But the reason I bring this up is not just because it tastes good over ice, and I usually put a little bit of a water splash in it because, you know, you water it down. If I was drinking, boy, would I love this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
What would you drink it like?
Vodka, of course.
I don't drink liquor. I don't know.
I would put vodka in a glass with ice, and I would add just enough Capri Sun to change the color. But for those of you outside there in Cake and Cookies Land, have we ever said that?
Cake and Cookies Land?
Yeah.
No.
All right. I'm
No.
saying it now.
But now
Everyone
I'm like the Candyman can.
who can take the sunrise. Anyone who is in Cake and Cookies Land, this would pair well with vodka. It's cheap. It's cheap as ass.
So Dan brought me coffee in bed this morning.
Yeah, he did.
And well, he knew today was a special day for me. So he said, "Do you want any creamer?" I usually take my coffee black.
Yes, like
and
your
I
men.
said, "You know what? I would like just a splash." And he goes,
Mhm.
"No, how much?" Because he will do like half and half.
Yeah, Carrie too. She makes coffee ice cream in the morning.
Yes, exactly. And I was
Mhm.
like, "Pretend you're making me a mimosa, and the creamer is the orange juice, just enough for color."
I think, I think it must have something to do with your home, because this has happened before. Maybe it's the energy you throw off, but one time we were visiting, and I brought as a host gift a bottle of Crown Royal Rye, and then I brought another Crown and Royal Rye that we could drink, because I knew that this was exceptional and it hadn't broken in DC yet, and I found it in this. Apparently, Savannah is a good place to buy alcoholic beverages.
It's alcohol haunted here.
So I bought the Crown Rye. It was so good, and I hate to sound like I miss it. I don't, but it tasted good at the time. And Dan said he would like to have some too, and we had already started the night. And I said, "Robert, go and make this."
It was
flawed.
Julia.
Oh, this is so flawed that I would have a kid do this. I said, "Julia, go fill a rocks glass," and she knew what that was. That's a warning. I said, "Go fill a rocks glass with ice and put just enough rye in it to make the ice wet." That's what I told her. And she came with a rocks glass that had about half ice cubes and filled to the brim, literally like I was selling it at McDonald's.
She carried it with 2 hands so it wouldn't spill.
And Dan, you know what? He was a member of the Clean Plate Club, and he drank it all. And that results in one of my favorite short Dan stories of all time, which is I looked at him and I said, "Dan, how are you doing?" And he looked at me and he said,
Oh also does not drink liquor.
Yeah.
And that was a
Yeah.
big deal for him.
Anyway, God bless him, Dan Von Herman. We're going to take a break and come back, and we're going to answer some questions. Some of you are kind enough to answer questions or ask questions. Queries. I'm not insulting anybody. No, it's a name for questions. So we will tackle your queries after this. So Mike, hey, for those of you who are writhing in pain right now, Mike is back for the bonus show this week. So there's that. I just wish, Katie, I wish you could smell me right now.
Oh?
Yeah. My laundry detergent used to come in this big, stupid jug, and the smell, kind of meh. That's why I have switched to Laundry Sauce. Now, Laundry Sauce has partnered with one of the top fragrance houses in the world, and it smells amazing. My favorite scent, right now, I have sandalwood. Sandalwood as my detergent, sandalwood as a dryer sheet. And there are times that I'm sitting here, because I'm a shut-in, and I just go, what is that? That smells so... Oh, it's me. And it does. You smell great. Laundry Sauce, you got to buy it now. They've eliminated all of the unnecessary ingredients, and they've maximized hard-working stain fighters. So not only does it smell great, it does get your clothes clean. Dryer sheets, dryer balls, fabric... I'm 10, okay? I'm 10 years old. Dryer sheets, dryer balls, fabric softeners, and even candles. And if you're not happy with any of your Laundry Sauce products, you can have a full refund, no questions asked. So elevate your laundry with Laundry Sauce, and now is the time to check it out. Head to laundrysauce.com/TMOS and use promo code TMOS at checkout for 15% off. Not bad. That's the best offer you will find, but you got to use the code TMOS for 15% off your order. One last time. That's laundrysauce.com/TMOS, promo code TMOS for 15% off. It's so great. Just
I love the smell of sandalwood on men.
well, I'm right here.
It's so good. We're states away from each other.
Well, now hold it. Let's see. If this way is west, which it is, you are down there, south of me. No, down there. Okay, hold it. Foof, foof, foof. And?
Oh, something smells delightful.
That something is called Ra.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
Your questions submitted via Facebook, and I loved it that I put you on the normal places yesterday. If any cake and cookies people, listeners, are still alive, do you have any questions? And a lot of people thought it was like a joke because they didn't know you was coming today.
Our neighbor thought it was like our neighbor, Jeff and Donna, who they moved here from like Reston, Virginia, shortly after we did.
Yeah.
And Jeff Merkel actually posted, I'll believe the truth when I hear it. And Dan responded, for 2 margaritas and one of Donna's key lime pies, I'll call you.
You know what he is? He's your neighbor.
Neighbor.
Just like the Arnold commercial. I've been streaming a lot of 90210.
What?
I know. I didn't see the first 5 seasons.
Oh, yeah. I was in middle school, so I did see the first 5.
Well, so did Carrie. And I mean, that was like a dating ritual for us back then because we were broke. And I guess it was Wednesday nights that it was 90210, and then the following night was Melrose Place. But 90210 is there's shows from that era that really hold up. It's not this one. But I love the theme song though. Da 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 da. The 2 claps. Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, questions. Your questions. Nick Peterson checks in and says, "How is Katie's health? What is?" And this is almost like a gotcha. What is the detailed reason the podcast stopped? Was there ever any talk about bringing it back? You want to jump on this? How's your health?
My health is fine.
You look great. Shorter hair.
I went back to a pixie cut.
I noticed it right away.
I
did too.
I'll introduce you to my barber.
Yeah. He'll say, I don't need you.
So let's see. Why did the show stop? Honestly, a lot of it had to do with I had absolutely no consistency in where I was for a few years. Things with my family, and I think we explained it at the beginning of the show. You can.
That's right. Bitter
figure that
divorce.
out. Yeah.
There was, but here's the thing: there was always talk of bringing it back. We always talked about it. Yeah.
Well, and it's not like we still talked. We still picked up the phone and talked to each other.
And our conversations are really like an episode of Cake and Cookies, just without the soundboard. So yes, this is not a one and done thing. There could be more in the future as the dust settles. We here at the More Network are definitely looking to provide the most content possible. And this is so much fun for me, and Katie puts up with it, and that's nice.
Yeah.
Jim Stevens asked, what's the capital of Nebraska? Katie?
Lincoln.
That's exactly right. Thank you. Serena Spatola, a definite P1 and a lovely lady. She says, how are the puppies? I want stories. I'm so sorry Mr. Judd passed away. You said Presley has a new habit. Presley is another beagle. How old is Presley now? 9?
Presley is 12.
Get out! They grow up so fast.
They do. They grow up so fast. But you would honestly, you would never know it.
Okay.
Betsy is 6. Presley is 12. Judd passed January 2nd of this year. Now, if people who had listened to Cake and Cookies might remember that Presley absolutely loathed and despised the mere existence of Betsy.
Yes. Oh, that was a whole thing.
Oh, it was bad. She wouldn't let her come in through the doggy door.
Mm-hmm.
She stalked her like prey. It was a rough go for a while, and it was part of the reason why Dan and I slept in separate beds.
Yes, I remember this.
Because Presley wouldn't let Betsy anywhere near the bedroom.
It wasn't sexual dysfunction. It was the dogs.
It was sad, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that Presley's bestie, Judley, has left us.
Judley.
Presley took a few weeks, and she was very sad, and she was looking, and it was awful. But she kind of resolved herself to be like, well, gosh, this is all I've got. So now,
hold it. I hate to be this guy, but people would want to hear that in Presley's voice.
Presley doesn't have a voice. Presley's voice is my voice. We're soulmates.
All right, then can you do it? Now I really have become this guy. Can you do Presley saying that as Judd?
No.
Just once.
I'm going to need a moment.
I understand.
Okay.
Get into character.
Oh, geez. I really feel like I need a snuggle.
That's all we needed. We don't need any more than that. We got to finish the thought. Okay.
And all I've got is this bitch right here.
So they're getting along now.
They love each other and they work in tandem. So we've moved 3 times in the past year.
Yeah, the one step ahead of the bill collectors. That's what I've always said.
Oh, it worked out fine, and we love our new place. But they work in tandem. Presley's very, very fast. Betsy is pretty. So
she always was a pretty dog. Always.
So Betsy will either sit at the top of the back steps that lead into the backyard, while Presley toodles the perimeter, and Betsy will like do the lookout and bark in which direction Presley should go.
Like the spotter.
They're working together.
That's no good. What about the hiding though?
Oh, so we have
Pampas grass. Pampas grass.
Yes, yes, it's the.
Hi, I'm grass. I'm better than all the other grass. I'm Pampas grass.
I'm so tall.
Well, actually, it's PAMPAS, but I couldn't resist the pun.
So Presley, who likes to toodle, if she doesn't want to come in, she goes and hides behind the grass, and she's like, well, if I can't see you, you can't see me.
Yeah, they're like that. It's like the old movie with Jimmy Durante when he's stealing the elephant. And the guy says, stop. and he stands in front of an elephant with his arms out, and he says, "Give me back that elephant." And Duraney says, "What elephant?" Dan Ware says, excluding, and I think this is dedicated to you. This seems to be like a targeted question. Dan Ware says, excluding musical recordings, what is your oldest Elvis collectible and your favorite Elvis collectible? Kate?
Oh, clearly a question for me.
Yes, I'm kidding. It's for me. I think my oldest Elvis collectible is probably the 1956 releases on RCA vinyl.
I love how you're pretending that you have to think about it.
No, I don't know what's oldest. I mean, I've got
Lies.
like pressings of the old stuff. I've got an EP from 1956 before Elvis broke big. And one thing that I do like, it's not as old, but a 78 of Don't Be Cruel, that would be June of 1956. So that's pretty old and it's fragile. And also my favorite has got to be, there was a girl in college that I had a crush on, and she wanted nothing to do with me ever, ever, ever. But, hey, she was a friend, all right? And I mentioned to her that I was a big Elvis fan, and she said, "Oh, yeah, I saw Elvis. I was little." She's a little older than me. She said, "I was little. He played at the Coliseum." I said, "Oh, yeah, red jumpsuit." I just knew.
And
And that really sealed no chance of anything. But she came in the next day and she said, "My big brother drove a limo that night. Would you like a cup that Elvis drank from? He saved it all these years." And it's a Hampton Coliseum paper cup, crushed, that I have framed in my Elvis bathroom. That's my favorite collectible. Because you know why? I have no certificate of authenticity. It requires a little bit of, as George Michael would say, faith, the faith, the faith.
She made it up.
I don't think she did. Why would you? Because it showed aging, and also I took
crush a good dream.
I just took a sip of it, and I took a little sip of water. It tasted like Elvis. Katie, Vinny Van Gogh's or Screaming Mimi's? Which pizza in Savannah do you prefer?
It depends. If at the location, I will go Vinny Van Gogh's.
Mm-hmm.
If
was that even a thing when I was there?
Yeah, that's an institution.
Because we did Screaming Mimi's like 3 times in 2 days.
Yeah, so and Screaming Mimi's, if people come to the house, I still will. If we have a lot of people, family, friends come to visit, I still will go pick up a pizza from Screaming Mimi's because it's really good and it's huge.
And you can't cook.
That's crap.
Hey, your new house, how many sinks does it have? I didn't ask.
Including bathrooms or just kitchen?
No, just in the kitchen. Don't be wise.
Oh, Rob.
You're not down to 1.
We're down to 1.
At one time, you had 3.
3. We were
3 sinks.
Living the high life.
Oh, God, I miss those days. I really do. When I could come visit and me and you and Dan could all wash vegetables at the same time.
Same time.
Okay, Peter Snook writes, are you all doing anything this weekend to remember the little Kintner boy?
Oh, yeah. Rob will be at the Dulles Expo Center.
Oh, with the horn kiosk, yeah.
Kiosk 324. He'll have a banner. Obviously a mason jar if you want to tuck in a little donation.
I cut a slit in the lid.
If you mention cake and cookies, you'll get 10% off.
Always. He's referring to the Kintner boy from the movie Jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay. Oh, good. I just didn't want to,
No, Rob is celebrating.
I didn't want to cut the fish open and have a half-ass autopsy and have the Kintner boy come spilling out all over the dock. Speaking of Jaws, how's everybody's jaw these days? That comes from also Peter Snook.
It's okay.
Yeah. You look, it's okay? Can you eat gummy bears? Are there any foods that screw with your jaw?
I don't do crunchy and I don't do very chewy. I certainly would never eat a piece of gum.
Okay.
Or chew a piece of gum.
What would be really bad is the kind of gum that has the candy-like coating and then the gum's inside.
Chiclets?
Yes. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's other brands too. But I'm just saying that would be the worst.
Probably.
How about Jordan Almonds?
What?
Jordan Almonds.
Who's that?
No, it's not a guy. Hey man, it's me, Jordan Almonds. Jordan Almonds are they're movie theater candy of the past. That is like an almond covered in Easter-like colors.
As a rule, I avoid nuts.
Jim Amato, good guy. He wants to know who would play you in a movie about you. It's a good question.
Can they be deceased?
I would think so. For me, it actually might be better casting.
Carrie Fisher.
You know what? If she was much younger, it would have to be a younger version. But Cheryl Hines from Curb Your Enthusiasm, I thought, could play you.
Oh, it's a question.
But she's nuts. She's married to RFK Jr. Did you know that?
No.
Yes, she's crazy.
Who knew? Well, you knew.
Well, now all the cake and cookies people know.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you log any time with the Gilded Age? Not.
Yes.
Okay. Who was the older sister?
Yeah, is the little sister of the lady from Bates Motel. I can't think of her names right now, but yeah, she's related.
Somebody recently told me, and it's a CNC listener, maybe Layla, something. She told me that I look like her and provided a picture, and I was like, by golly, it's the nose.
Well, like when you sent me the picture of that guy from Game of Thrones, and I thought it had been photoshopped.
No, that was you.
It really did look like me.
Now, when he was on his deathbed, I'll give you some credit that you're way better looking.
Well, on his deathbed, sure. But thanks for qualifying it. I think I'd have to go with Clark Gable. No, actually, you know what? Nowadays, with no hair and these glasses, which are crooked, by the way, I look like a mental patient. Why didn't you tell me? There we go. I think Richard Deacon, the guy who played Mel on the Dick Van Dyke Show, the producer of the Alan Brady Show.
Oh, Rob.
I know. He was also the father of Lumpy on the Leave It to Beaver program. Richard Deacon would probably have to be me.
Okay. Nobody knows who that is, but okay.
Oh, the Googling is fierce with this one. All right, one last one. Oh, actually two. Do you know a Megan Penno? No? Then this is sort of a very precise question from someone you don't know. I noticed Dan is keeping it tight. How does he do it?
Orange Theory.
What is Orange Theory?
It's a gym and they do like circuit. You know what, Rob?
Is it snake oil?
No, it's a gym.
Does he eat an orange in the shower? That was a trend a little while ago.
No. He goes to the gym.
Okay. Does he though?
Megan P. I know the name. I don't know. But yeah, he's keeping it tight.
Megan Penno, love her pasta. Delicious. John O'Shea writes, why did CBS cancel 60 Minutes?
Not enough time.
Yeah, they wanted cutbacks. They were going to change it to 57. I really miss 60 Minutes on Sunday nights. I can't believe that CBS canceled it. I mean, it used to be...
me sad the day it was announced.
I fooled, you know what? Carla bought it too.
I was like, this is it. This is what's going to make Rob drink again.
But the thing about, CBS used to own Sunday night. You know,
they did what?
They owned it. They owned Sunday night because you had football and then 60 Minutes and then, of course, MSW. Oh, come on. Murder, She Wrote?
Oh.
Jesus.
It's been off the air for 27 years.
I've watched 10 seasons because of you. I'm still trying to really find what you love about it.
So, Rob, I have to tell you that I no longer really enjoy watching the MSW.
MFW?
MSW. And the reason...
MFW.
There's a reason.
That has Samuel L. Jackson in it.
I've seen every episode so many times I can no longer suspend my disbelief.
Yeah, I understand.
You
I don't
do.
know that I'm not gonna maybe finish out. I've got Columbo on the back burner because I know them all now. Because
Once she hit virtual reality, the VR.
That's the worst episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, don't send her to New York.
No, when she goes to no, okay, but I do like it when she went to Scotland.
Don't like that one. I like her in London. I like her in Hollywood. I love J.B. Fletcher in Hollywood because they had a murder in the Psycho house. You knew it would be my favorite. Second favorite one is the bus stop one.
No, the bus stop one is my top tier.
Yeah, it's really good.
You're just
Also-
copying me. You
no,
knew
out of the
No.
blue, I said it. I said it by myself.
No, you've heard it. You've heard me say it for years, and then you're like, "Oh, I finally saw it."
Did the show suffer when they replaced Tom Bosley with the new sheriff?
Absolutely.
I like the new sheriff. I don't mind him.
You're wrong.
Well, I mean, he's not Bosley, but then who is? You know, it's another great episode, the one with the strawberry preserves, because everyone gets to say that strawberry preserves.
Preserves.
And also, I'm back and forth on Dr. Hazlitt. I mean, choose a haircut. Are you going to boner? Are you not going to boner? There's a lot of friction there. Not during the boning, but I mean like a social friction.
Ew.
You like them together?
I do not think of anything sexual about MSW.
Nothing? What about that hot nephew?
Grady?
He's not even the best TV character named Grady.
I bet he's 5'5".
Perfect for you.
No.
You like a tall drink of water.
I got my man.
That's right. And well, unless Megan Penno comes by. Notice you're keeping it tight, Dan. It's me, Megan Penno. You want to do the orange thing?
Hope you like tattoos.
Hope you don't mind missing teeth. Megan, I'm sure you're lovely. I'm sure I don't know her though. Do you?
I don't know.
I just think it was a little brash to comment on your husband like that.
I don't mind. The only thing that I've really truly come to grips with is I think I have to come back to Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're older now. It's required.
Okay.
It's an old person's thing.
Oh.
I still can't figure out X and tweet. I think I retweeted something last night, but I don't know.
You're on the Twitter or X?
Yeah. Under my username is Rob Spiewak.
Shocking.
2 B's. Yep. Last question. I hold in my hand the last question. Richard Crawford wants to know, what's your favorite movie since the last Cake and Cookies? Go. It's easy for me. Very easy for me.
Knives Out, Glass Onion.
That was, you know what? Good call. You know what that is? That's a whodunit.
I love a good whodunit.
Everyone loves a good whodunit. Mine is Elvis. The movie with Austin Butler. I saw it a lot of times in the theater.
Are you sure that's been since the last Cake and Cookies?
Absolutely.
Okay. Then maybe it's just because you called me twice to discuss it.
It's weird because right now we are in the time area of days where it was released. So every day I get a different memory about it because I went and saw it like 10 times.
What year did it come out?
I think it was 22.
Well, that has been since I'm pretty
I don't think so.
Mm.
Because you know what? If it hadn't been, I would have taken you with me.
What?
I would have taken you with me.
I live in Georgia.
Elvis is popular, and you have movie theaters, don't you?
I don't know.
So the last episode was, well, I don't know. Aesop says, I think our last episode is June 24th, 2022.
So
what if Elvis came out after that?
You just said
I don't
that
know.
you got memories.
Oh, I've got lots of memories.
No, on the book, the face, the book. Shoot.
See, it is for older people.
On the Facebook.
Yeah. So our best to Dan, who is keeping it tight. I'm trying to get all the elements in because I think people would enjoy them. Did he even consider dropping in today?
Oh, no. He's no.
I think that he should have dropped in.
Danny boy.
He should have come by. I'm a little
I
hurt.
was lucky to find this microphone.
Well, he could have shared. You know,
I don't share. You know that.
I know. I think Dan's greatest contribution to the show, and this is true, when we did one of our Christmas shows where we released our hit single of Baby It's Cold Outside and avoided being canceled, congratulations to us both, his assignment was to play Christmas music off my jukebox lightly in the background, and he went out of his way to play only B-sides that were not Christmas songs. That's why the Wham song Blue was played during our Christmas episode.
That's
And
my
I said-
man.
I said, Dan, you're not playing Christmas music. And he said, oh, I know.
He's so deliberate.
He is. He's so Dan. Guess what? Flip side, we're going to do it. And you will react to chilling pieces of videotape. And I will serve them to you like a beautiful plated lasagna.
I'm
You
not
excited?
sure I understood anything that you just said.
Okay, how about this? Remember what used to be the audio vault?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Now-
yeah,
Now it's
yeah,
the flip side because I flipped my car. I'm better now.
Yes.
And all the cars are upright. I remember
Wheel down.
I told the lady at Subaru, I said, I flipped my Forester. She says, how can you even do that?
You know what happens when you flip a Forester?
What?
Your Subaru becomes a Eurobus.
We'll be right back. Hats! 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 By popular demand, we now have extremely limited run of the brand new TMOS Summer Cap. It is a gorgeous thing, the ultimate accessory for fans who want to show support while still staying cool. It's staying cool. It's available in vibrant red. That's my favorite one. I like the red one. Josh, do you like the red one?
I would love to sell some of the red ones.
No, that's I'm going to order 2 for myself and make Omerica great again. But it also comes in white, classic light blue, or sleek black, ensuring there's a perfect match for everyone. Enjoy its lightweight, breathable, and moisture-wicking design that keeps you comfortable no matter how hot it gets. So hurry up and support the show you love. Every purchase keeps the laughs coming. These hats are great. They are slightly different than the hats we sold before. They're lighter. I think you'll enjoy them for summer, and there's not many left. So make sure you go to tmosstore.com and buy them. They are original, they are authentic, and they're awesome. And it says for me, do I remember our motto? I was going to sing the entire Oarsman Chevrolet logo today, but I won't because we have to get to the flip side. But our motto is, if you don't buy it, we won't sell it. So there you go. Have you been to the store yet, Katie?
I like the blue.
The blue is nice. The light blue, very nice. I love it. All right, let's do. Finally, I've hit this button the wrong time a few times.
Hello. Upside down. Roll over. Roll it. Let me roll it. Flip, flop, and fly.
The flip side.
Julia is now 24. No, 23, going on 24. But it's crazy to hear that. You watched her grow up the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you
I
went to the
remember-
thing. You went to the march with her.
Yeah. We went to the women's march together, but I remember when she was born and Carrie brought her into the studio.
So great. Very
So tiny.
Yeah, that was a lot. She was little, and Carrie used to pretend I had a real job. Times have changed. Let's look at this guy. People are getting in always to the Guinness Book of World Records. Not only is this a useless record, I don't think he's all that fast. This guy holds the world record for fully assembling a Mr. Potato Head. Now, the funny thing about it is, it's not that fast, but he is very excited that he did it. Let us go to the Guinness cam. Okay, there he is. Yeah, and ladies, he's single. Did it seem it was quick? But I don't think it was all that fast, was it?
No, I know a few 5-year-olds I'd like for them to challenge that.
Maybe it's one of those things where his parents always praise him.
He's the only one that ever timed it.
Everyone gets a trophy. Everyone gets a potato head. Now, were you cognizant of the fact that Mr. Potato Head, when it was introduced, just came with the pieces and you had to provide a real potato?
A patat?
Yes, you had to put a spud and put the things in it. Now, what's funny about that is my dad had one when he was little, and he would always forget and put it away with the potato in it and then find it 3 months later. There is nothing worse than the smell of a rotten potato.
You're correct. Also, so did it originate in Ireland?
Now, that's racist.
What?
You're going to get canceled.
Idaho?
See, that's better. No, I don't know where. I think it's Hasbro. Wasn't it Hasbro? I don't know where it originated.
Okay.
I threw
It was
you.
Hasbro.
I didn't want to.
It still is.
I didn't want you to be racist, but it is sort of a broad brush to say potato head. The only Mr. Potato Head from Ireland is the drunk one.
Now
that is. Why do you write those jokes, Katie, and send them to me via message? I have an Elvis Potato Head, but I've never taken it out of the box, so I can't time myself. When a girl wants to be attractive. Oh, Potato Head was invented and manufactured by George Lerner in 1949. See?
Where?
After the war. It doesn't say. George Lerner's house, I guess.
Okay.
But when you're wanting to be attractive as a young lady, sometimes playing hard to get is the way to do it. You know what I mean? You don't want to be too eager.
Rob. Yes,
You don't want to be too eager. Like these ladies. Now, we've met so many nice women over the past few days here at the Mike O'Mara Show. I know. Are you familiar with the Haktua lady?
Yeah. She's a teacher and she got fired.
That's false. That is false.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They thought about it, but they floated it out there.
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk to and spit on that thing.
She seems nice. But these are eager ladies at an airport, and what they want to do. Lerner was from Brooklyn. Thank you, Aesop. So the
famous Brooklyn potatoes.
Didn't they play the Savannah Bananas?
Probably.
Minor league team. These girls got a handful of those free luggage tags that you get when you're at an airport, and then wrote their name and phone number and that they wanted a date and that they were single, and then went down to the luggage carousel and attached them to people's luggage.
Me, if you're single. We have, call me I'm single, I'm looking for a husband. Oh. Are ya? Time to go put these on some luggages.
Hopefully they're
Let's
single,
go.
hungry,
Hopefully
lonely.
they're like hot men. You don't know what. It's a gamble. Okay, attached. Oh my
Okay,
God.
so they're putting them on
What does it say? What does
luggages,
it say?
pieces of luggage, I should say.
Call
Okay.
me single. That's mine. Yeah.
And here's a guy calling them after picking up his luggage.
There you go. Good. Call me. I'm single. Is that yours? Perfect.
There's a guy. There's an ogre that got their message. The thing that troubled me about this is that seems a little too eager. Also,
That's what troubles you.
I was troubled that they saw their phone number all over social media, so I thought we should call them and see if they answer. Any chance they answer, do you think? You don't think so? Do you think so?
I don't know that this is legal.
Of course it is.
Okay, go for it. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I'll tell them they're on the air.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. It's a podcast.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available.
Oh, it's a Google thing. I guess my marriage is going to continue. Hey, ladies, Haktua, and good wishes to you all. By the way, the one with the sunglasses is prettier, but you're both lovely. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Well, you don't think that's appropriate, how I handled that?
Ladies
shouldn't be so eager. That's all. That's what troubles me. I told you this.
You're the one that called.
I'm trying to help. Like this guy was trying to help. Rock and roll segue right there. I hate raccoons.
I love
just do.
raccoons.
I
and
know
they're
you do
little
because you
hands.
never had to battle them eating corn. When we grew corn, raccoons were horrible. They're vermin. They're trash pandas. They come in and they get your corn and they eat it before you can sell it. Every time they eat an ear of corn, it's like stealing a quarter, and that's not okay.
Did they wash the corn before they ate it?
I know you're talking about the cotton candy
Oh,
video.
it's so precious.
You have to check this out, folks. Because raccoons, disgusting vermin that they are, wash their food before they eat it. And a raccoon got a piece of cotton candy, and when he dunked it in the water to wash it, of course, dissolved, as cotton candy does. And he looked bothered by it.
So sad.
Not as bothered as this raccoon. The guy claims he was making the universal choking sign. He claims the raccoon was reaching up to his neck and doing that because the raccoon was choking on a piece of cheese, as raccoons do. And he saved the raccoon's life. And I say, why try?
He helped it. I think that he isn't. He is choking, though. A little bit lower, Bill. Upward motion. There you go. There it is. A little bit lower.
Let's save his life. He saved the life. There might have been some.
Had not been drinking at all.
No, not at all. I think the raccoon was the most sober thing there. It's horrible. Anyway, so that's what we got with choking. I am not a fan of raccoons. And let's close with a tape. Have you watched any of the Jimmy Kimmel program? This week, Martin Short is filling in.
Oh, no, I haven't logged any time this week, but I go to bed pretty early.
I know you do. Well, I thought you might be up in time to watch Jimmy Kimmel if you're going to bed at 9. Martin Short is a very funny man. I was shocked by this joke because everyone knows that Red Lobster is closing down a lot of locations, but did you know that they're closing down a lot of Hooters as well?
Hooters announced they are closing dozens of their underperforming locations. Yeah, I know. Why is it that an underperforming Hooters is sad, but an overperforming Hooters is a brothel? I don't understand.
I love it. It's a brothel. So that is our show, folks. Katie, I couldn't be any more pleased that you took this time to spend with us. And I think the listeners are happy to hear you. And now that the dust is settling, I hope you take some time and maybe visit us again soon.
I think I could probably manage that.
I would like
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're one of my first choices. Definitely top 5. Well, top 10 anyway. I like having you here as much as I like having the other sheriff on Murder, She Wrote. What's his name? Mahan or something?
I don't know.
He was one of the first Elvis impersonators. Did you know that?
I did know that.
I just try to find common ground. That's all.
God.
All right. We will see you tomorrow. I have another special guest on the Mike O'Mara Show to entertain and thrill you tomorrow. But until then, this is Rob Spiewak saying so long, everybody.
Toodaloo.
Not affecting the outcome of today's game may have been edited prior to today's broadcast. Cake and Cookies, The Rob and Katie Show. This is Dude Walker speaking. Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.